Is your Maytag top load washer refusing to fill with water, leaving you with a pile of laundry and a puzzled look? I'm Ed from AppliancePartsPros.com, here to help you track down the issue using real electrical testing. Today we'll focus on the water valve circuit and the main control board, two key components that determine whether your washer fills or not. Let's get started. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. Let's start by getting our tools together. For today's work, we'll need a 1/4-inch nut driver, a putty knife, a multimeter, and needle nose pliers. Also, please remember that safety comes first. Always disconnect your washer by unplugging it or switching the breaker off. First, we'll check the basics before getting into electrical testing. Make sure both the hot and cold water faucets are turned on and that the inlet hoses aren't kinked or restricted. It's also a good idea to inspect the inlet valve screens for any debris that could be blocking water flow. Next, restore power and place the washer into diagnostic or manual test mode. Activate the hot and cold water valves individually. If water does not enter the washer during these tests, we'll move on to the electrical checks. First, disconnect power to the washer. To access the control, use a 1/4-inch nut driver to remove the screws securing the back panel of the control. Then use a putty knife under the corners of the control panel to release the spring clips and lift it up. Locate the connector for the water valves at the main control and disconnect the harness. Using your multimeter, measure resistance across each valve solenoid through the connector. A properly functioning valve should read between approximately 890 and 1300 ohms. If the reading is out of range or shows open, the water valve is faulty and will need to be replaced. If the resistance checks good, reconnect the harness and reassemble the console enough for safe operation. One of the best tools that you can have in your toolbox is a multimeter, and we'd love to show you how this device works. Check out the video in the description. Restore power and place the washer into diagnostic or manual test mode. Extreme care should always be taken to protect against electric shock, which could potentially result in serious injury. Please do not test line voltage if you're uncomfortable using a multimeter around live voltage. Command the hot or cold valve on. And while the valve is energized, use your multimeter to check for 120 volts being sent from the control to the valve. If the voltage is present, but no water enters the tub, the valve is mechanically stuck or restricted and should be replaced. As we can see here, the valve is getting 120 volts AC, but there is no water flowing through. If no voltage is present, the issue lies elsewhere in the circuit, and we'll move on to testing the control. Start by disconnecting power and inspecting all wiring connections at the control board, making sure every connector is fully seated and not damaged. Once everything looks good, restore power and check for proper incoming voltage at the control. You should measure approximately 120 volts AC between the L1 and neutral. If the control is receiving power but not sending voltage to the water valve during a fill command, we need to determine whether the issue is with the control itself or the pressure sensing system. Disconnect power again and locate the pressure hose attached to the control board. Inspect the hose carefully to ensure it's not kinked, pinched, or clogged with water, suds, or debris. Remove the hose from the control and blow through it to confirm it's completely clear. Then reconnect it securely. To further verify the pressure system, reconnect power and run a fill or diagnostic cycle. The control should send voltage to the valves at the start of the cycle, then shut them off once the correct water level is sensed. If the washer never energizes the valves or shuts them off immediately with an empty tub, the control is misreading the pressure signal. If the hose is clear, properly connected, and there are no air leaks, but the washer still does not send voltage to the valves, the pressure sensor on the board has failed. In that case, the main control board will need to be replaced. Once you've confirmed the valve is faulty, disconnect the wiring harness from each solenoid. Next, remove the mounting screws securing the valve to the cabinet. Once the screws are out, pull the valve assembly free from the rear panel and remove it from the washer. Here's the old water valve, and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. Install the new water valve, placing it on the washer and securing it with the mounting screws. Reconnect all wiring harnesses and reattach any hoses. Take a moment to ensure all connectors are tight and properly positioned before reassembling the console. Once everything is connected, reposition the console and secure it back in place. Once everything is back together, restore power to the washer. Run a calibration cycle if required, then use diagnostic mode to activate the valves and confirm operation. Finally, run a normal cycle to verify the washer fills properly and completes the cycle as expected. And there you have it. If your Maytag front load washer wasn't filling up, we hope this electrical testing approach helped you confidently diagnose the problem. Remember, once you've identified the faulty part, just grab your model number and head over to AppliancePartsPros.com. Most orders arrive quickly, so you can get back to clean laundry in no time. Thanks for watching, and happy repairing.